guys, it's Michelle from Sew Unique Designz. Someone in the Smartstitch group had asked about bag tags, and I figured I would do a video on it. A bag tag is these cool little tags. A lot of them use for school, like they put them on their backpacks, for like their teacher's name, or you know, their name, or just like if they're riding the bus, they'll put their bus numbers on there. Or people, you know, even people that carries backpacks as purses, they put all kinds of tags on there. So I make mine with vinyl. Some people use fabric, but we're going to be using Minty Rose. Sorry, 2 of my shop lights went out on me. I have to get new ones. I don't know if you can see it. It's a very, very pretty mint color. My granddaughter named it Minty Rose after her favorite stuffed animal. So we're going to be stitching a cute little winking frog bag tag from my girl Cindy over at Nosy Pepper Patterns. It was part of her September mystery bundle. It'll be available to purchase separately in October, or you can go grab that mystery bundle real quick. It's still available. So I already have it on my USB drive, so let's go grab it. Bag tags. Look how adorable this is. Right there. Okay, so this screen, you can rotate it and do different things on it. I don't want to do anything with it. We're going to leave it like that. Okay, the steps we always follow. We're going to go get a frame, even though I already have it selected. I'm using the 5.5 Mighty Hoop. Let me put that bad boy on the machine. Okay, so you want to always find your mechanical origin. And then recenter your pattern. And then we're going to do a trace. We'll make sure the machine's on needle number 1. Then we're going to do a trace. Just to make sure. Once that's done, we can go back, and then we are going to set our colors, because DST gives you those wonky colors and we don't want that. We want to see what our little froggy is going to stitch like. And we have to program stops. It's done not necessarily like applique, but kind of, you have to be able to have our placement down so we can put our vinyl down, and then we'll need a tack down at the very end. So I'll make my placement black, that way you guys can see it. And then I need to go set my display colors. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I set the display colors, and then I had to add, I think, like 3 colors on there. 15 needles on here, 15 colors, and I still had to add 3 because I wanted different greens. So let's go and set our colors, and then we're going to set that offset so we can have our machine's going to stop. So the placement we're going to make black, because that way you can see it. And then you're going to set the offset by setting the settings button. And do I want it to move? We can make it move. So if you put a number in here, your arm's going to move. That way you can lay your fabric down if you want. Usually I take my hoop off the machine, so when I do applique, I remove the hoop. But we're going to leave it on, and we're going to set an offset point so you can see it, watch it move. And then, let's see, color number 2. What was step number 2? Keep a list, because DST, you see the wonky colors, and then you have to go. So we got our stop there, the little set. And number 2 should be green. This green. Right? No. Yes. That green. It's hard to see what color was changing on here. And 3 should be red. And then 4 will be black. And 5 will be white. 6 will be pink. 7 will be a dark green. And I have that on 15. Oh, so that one should be 13 actually. So that one should be the darker green. And then 8 is going to be black. And then 9 is going to be the mint color, the same as my vinyl. So that's going to be what attaches the backing piece. So it's going to be mint. And then we need another stop there. This one I'm not going to set an offset point. I'm going to leave it at 0 because I will remove my hoop and tape my vinyl to the back. And then I think, looks like all of my colors are the way I want it. So I have my 2 stops. All right. There we go. Now look at that cute little frog. Now he's not all weird colors. So we'll just stick this in confirmation status right there. And I'm going to stitch a little. Yeah, I'm going to stitch about 800. Usually I go fast, full out, 1200. But Cindy yells at me all the time about how fast I stitch. But since we're doing the video and I want you to see what I'm doing, we'll just leave it at 800. So let's do our placement stitch, and then we program that stop and then that offset so to come forward. You want to make sure your placement stitch is stitched on that stabilizer. Don't lay your vinyl down. You don't want the placement stitch on your vinyl. See how it moved? And this is why I don't set offsets, because if it's into the back and it tries to come forward, you're going to get that error that it's out of frame, it's out of bounds. So we're just going to go ahead and click. Let's take it back to the stop point. That way we can just stick it back in there. It's not a big deal. I'm just going to lay my vinyl down. And I got my masking tape. I already cut my pieces to what I need it. And then I'm just going to peel a couple pieces of masking tape here to kind of hold it in place a little bit. Don't really need it, to be honest. Not on this machine, but I'm used to just sticking it in there. Just a little bit to kind of help it stay in place. And then we're going to stitch all of our steps. Now that that's done, we're going to take it off the machine so we can add the backing. Remember, we added that stop before the very last step. So we're going to take it off. Look, isn't he cute? And then we're going to add our backing. So here's a little tip, and I'm just going to sit this here so you guys can see it. Here's a little tip. If you want to save your pretty vinyl, because I know like the pretty vinyl and the ones are more expensive than stuff you get like at Joann's or Hobby Lobby or whatever, you can use like some of the cheap stuff. This was chalkboard fabric at Joann's, and ever since they decided bankruptcy and they're changing their fabrics, I don't know if they still have this. It was in the utility section. I think it was like $5 a yard or something like that. You can use this for backing. You don't have to match it. I like to have mine match, but you don't have to. A lot of people do this. So you put it on there. We're just going to tape it down and make sure the tape is out of your stitching area. We don't want to gum up our needle. And then we're going to put it back on and lift that up there and make sure the vinyl doesn't get caught on the arm, because we want it to stay in place. And then we're going to stitch that final outline. Okay, so now let's take this out of the hoop, and then we're going to cut it. Take your little crocodile, punch that hole. Put your eyelet in. These are 5mm, I think. They're 5/16 grommets or eyelets or whatever you want to call them. And put that on there. And then a lot of people like to put beads and stuff on it. So you need to have a wire tag or one of these little beaded chains. And a lot of people like to put beads on them. These are the 16mm wood beads. I don't particularly put beads on mine usually because when it hangs like this, the beads get in the way. So you can add this little ring. I think this, I want to say this might be 10mm. I don't even remember what it is. You can add this. There we go. So if you want to put beads on, you can. Just put 2 on there. And then put 2 more. There. And then your bag tag is all ready. Or you can just leave it with just the wire. And here's a little tip about this size of bag tags. You can make several different things. You can add a tassel instead, and then you can have a bookmark. Or you can add some jute string, some beads, and a bow, and have an ornament. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. I'll link everything below.